Yeah. You know, this message or this idea, it has become the last idea for me. When I did coke, I always wanted to do more coke. Then I wanted to do coke with heroin. Then I wanted to do coke with sex. Then I wanted to do coke up the neck. Just coke. And then every other drug, I wanted to do different varieties of the drug. And then spiritual seeking. All right, I went to Zen, then the Vipassana, then I had a guru, then I got disappointed with the guru world. Then I went into this, then Zen mixed with therapy and Tantra, or tons of things, you know. Chanting, silence, speaking, therapeutic retreats with high-end vegan food. Tons of things, always adding, trying to add on to it, sort of turbocharge it and stuff. And then I heard this message, and it just hit me somewhere. You know, like I always say, like an unspoken yes. And then I approach it just like I approached all the other ones, but the approach to this points out who's approaching more than all the other stuff ever did. It turned my attention off the goal and put it on who's seeking the goal, and that became the last answer. Because then you realize, like, all the things I had read that meant a lot to me, but I had construed them to mean something other than they do mean to me now, which is like you and I give everything all the meaning it has, is of truth. You and I are giving everything all the meaning it has right now. That's why whatever I say is going to be what you hear to you. Yeah? It's never going to stay out in and pristine in and of itself. Oh, I said that. It's going to be what you hear or what you read. Yeah. It cannot not be that, because we can't escape our role here. We're everything. Not in the mental way of being so special and unique and everyone should be paying attention to me, but we are everything. Yeah. So the bottom line always comes back to us. There's a famous Zen treatise called Faith Mind, supposedly purported to have been written by the third patriarch of Zen, but they don't know, you know what I mean? It could have been like Joe Solomon down the street or something at some time. So, but it's cast as something happened 300 years ago. We got, all right, well, this guy said it, yeah. Very short thing, and he goes, and he talks about the way, or let's say the message. And he says the way is easy and clear, yeah, unless you or I are harboring opinions, yeah. So the fact is the fact unless it ain't to us, yeah. The truth is the truth unless it ain't the truth to us, because we're the truth. So whatever truth we run into, we're going to give it the meaning it has. It's not to give us a meaning, because everything it proceeds from here. We're it. Yeah? We are what we've been looking for. But not as any constructed idea or mythological understanding that I'm a body, but it's a body of light. No. We're just that which is seen. Yeah? Start there and end there. Yeah? Just go back wherever it goes back to, and you'll be there. Yeah? Everything in this life, you take it back, all right? Every sound, you take it back. Like today, I woke up and the sound was on my skylight, the rain. Then I could hear the cars, and they sound different when they're going over the water than they usually sound. This and that. And it goes back and back and back. Then I hear the sounds that are being generated by just being alive, yeah? Maybe the blood rushing up to my head, pulsing, who knows, but vibratory sounds. And then there's still, and then all the sounds, no matter what I hear, is layered over that one sound of my body being on. Yeah? And something noticing it. Something being aware of the body being on. Yeah? Something is hearing that. Yeah. So there's no more sound. I've taken as far as I can go. And then there's the hearing of the sound, which I can never hear. I take it as far back. Just like take it far as back. And then there's the seeing. But can I take this and turn it on that? Can I turn the seeing onto what's seeing? It stops, yeah? All right, seeing this thing, and then it goes into some space, let's say, and yet I can't turn my eyes and see that space, ever. Yeah? So I hear every sound, the highest, like a jet, then I hear the sound of the rain, then I hear the gurgling in my stomach, then I hear that vibratoriness of the generator of onness, being the I am is generating sound, moving through this flute of a body, yeah? And then, all right, I've heard everything I can hear, what the fuck is hearing? Yeah? All right, let me turn the hearing on to that. You'll be trying to listen forever. And all you'll get is the silence of what's hearing. That's what I am. I am that. I am that is there when everything else stops. Yeah. All this hearing, all the sounds stop, all the visions stop. Yeah. All the feelings stop, and yet I can't turn the feeling on that and feel it. I can't turn the vision on that and see it. I can't turn my ear and tune it into hearing that which is hearing everything else. It can't be heard, felt, tasted, or touched. Eureka! You found yourself. You found yourself. Let's say at 10:30, 11:40 on a Saturday morning, you found yourself. And at 11:45, you'll find yourself. And at 12:30, you'll find yourself. At 1 o'clock, you'll find yourself. Then you'll seem to go to sleep, and as soon as you wake up, you'll find yourself. You'll be there. Yeah? But you won't be there as an experience to what isn't there, which is this idea of you. You're not going to have it. You are not the idea of Paul is an idea, a mental construct. That mental construct has no ability to see, hear, feel, taste, or touch. Its ability is to claim the seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, and touching, and to make a story up with it. That's what its ability is. But it has no ability to see, hear, feel, taste, or touch. It has the ability to critique what you saw, how you felt, how you touched. It can judge. It can go over it. It can go over. It'll go, all right, let's think about all the past times I felt and all the future times I'll feel. Yeah, it can do all that, but it cannot feel anything. It doesn't have any juice. You're it. You're the juice. You're the generator of everything else here. Yeah? Everything goes to this and tries to convince this to give it juice. What do you think the thought system's who's it trying to convince in you? When it's talking about doing something. I saw it so obvious with drugs and alcohol. You'd be sitting there, you haven't done any drugs in, let's say, a day or two, and then the head starts going, well, I think we should do drugs. Who's it talking to? Who's it trying to convince? It's trying to convince what has juice. So if I go, oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. It can't shoot up. Alcoholism can't drink. It's limited. It's an idea that needs reality to lend reality to it. And that's what we're playing. We're playing that role in ignorance. We're lending reality to every freaking thing. And it's so obvious, I don't see how we're missing it. Like one day, if this, whatever I'm taking all of this to be, is not feeling that well, then this is a big problem. Really, you would swear it's fucking real. You call up tons of people to try to have them co-sign how real you think it is. You know what I mean? And maybe if they want something for you, they'll go along with it. But basically, if they have no vested interest, that's not fucking even happening. No, this is it. This is it. All right, what happens? Something occurs, the mind gets a little bit weakened, the mental state. The next day you see it, it's not a problem. It can be that extreme. The realest thing of all time. Oh, no, it's nothing. Next day. What's allowing that to be the show? The show of all shows. The screen of all the movies. The screen and then the screen play, and then the screen as the audience watching all the movies. Whatever role is going on, we're behind it. Every one of them. There wouldn't be any that representative wouldn't be representing anything unless we were behind it. It has to look this way or that way. That's not coming from reality. That's not coming from reality at all. It'll blow those things out of the water. If you think you have to have a certain uniform to represent that, you're fucking insane. Yeah. Everything is representing it. Every little maneuver, everything is representing that. The dreaming is dreaming. Yeah. We forgot that we're the dreaming, and we've taken ourselves to be a dreamt. And we've lent this dreamt, hasn't secured it, but lent it in a magical, mythical, and actually totally unfactual way, the attributes of the dreaming, but it has none. It doesn't have the attributes of the dreaming. It's a dreamt object. And in this condition of being the dreamt object, or seemingly, I now give everything I'm dreaming. Thoughts, opinions about past feelings, worries about next month or 5 years from now. All of those are being injected with the reality that I am to produce a movie about what I'm not. How do you like it? If you like the movie, far out. Let's put another quarter in and stay on the ride. But a lot of us are screaming to get off. But we're trying to get off, and what's going to get off is still the movie. You're still the dreamt object going to another ride, the ride of being off the first ride. And then you'll want to get off of that, and then there'll be another, and so on and so forth. Self isn't going to get out of self. The dreamt object is never going to wake up from the dream. You just realize you're not the dreamt object, and you've never not been awake. It's different. It's different. It's not you can't make a big movie out of it. You couldn't even get one movie out of it. Not a trilogy. Oh, you're a giant breaking the chains of the bondage and then waking up. That could go on like, Middle Earth movies. 5, 8, especially around Christmas and Easter and shit. No, there's no movie at all. It's a boom, I'm not that. And then that's that. And I mean truly ordinarily that's that. Yeah. Because what you feel, the mental state starts longing to be the noble one who gave it all up to surrender to and then the clouds parted and the eye of God shone on me and I could see a smile representing it. It's all fucking made up. That's selfing 10th degree. The day I became free from the bondage of self, I filmed it. And my ex-girlfriends and my hoped-for future girlfriends are surrounding me. Look, I'm giving Paul up. No, you're fucking not. That's an act from Paul, by Paul, as Paul, for Paul. Not from Paul. From Paul's pretty fucking ordinary. No one's even going to notice. Seriously, there's not going to be a big pageant, probably, or a parade. Oh, bum, 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 bum. There's maybe not a big crescendo. It could happen at Kmart. It could be it's happening right now in Marin City with the ammonia. They're not using it as much, but this place should be ammonia drenched. This room, it's like doing a papa for an hour. It's already available right now with no requirement necessary. Take everything back, and what do you run into? If you take it back, you realize the idea of being me is, let's say, square 5. There's a couple more squares behind that. Yeah? And anytime, whatever square you think you're on, when there's a real pause, you'll realize you're on square 0. You may think, it may happen seemingly on square 23, but the recognition is I'm on square 0. Yeah? 54, you've gone through an arduous process, and now you're at square 54 into the pursuit of the oneness of all the universe. Boom, it happens, you realize you're on square 0. Maybe you get demoted because you stopped meditating and you haven't been doing it. Oh, you're back on 12, square 12. Oh no. And what happens? The mind opens up and you're on square 0. It's going to dawn on you, there's only square 0. Every time you wake up in all these different locales and situations and mental, physical, emotional conditions, when a pause overrides you, you're in the same place you've always been. The pause hasn't changed. It's not the pause 2014. It's not the pause the summer or the fall pause. No, it's just on this with no, Monday I wasn't on, Wednesday I hope to be on more. No, on this. Whatever trip you're on, inevitably, if it's worthwhile, it's going to end up with you. You're it. Yeah. You are what the seeker is and has always been, the sought. Yeah? We were blind to that by seeking, maybe. Or whatever's going on. It's not like, stop seeking, because that would be a form of seeking. Yeah? Whatever's going on an experiential level could be being used by the mental state to facilitate that it's you that's been doing it. Yeah? That's the bondage of self. It's not like stop seeking and everything will go great. No, may not. Maybe that's a large part of your life. But it's about seeing, I am not going to find myself through experiences. I'm not going to find myself in time. Yeah? I'm not going to find myself freaking ever. Because it's never been lost. It's right here, right now, so blatantly what you are. It's just amazing we keep missing it. Yeah? Because we're busy looking for it. And that's the blindness to the seeing. The seeing isn't looking for an experience. It's not looking for an experience of itself. It's looking through all experiences. Every experience you have has been brought to you by seeing. Yeah? Everyone. You're the basis. You're the common denominator. You're the screen for every movie that occurs. It's time that we give it a clap, People say, I showed up. You've never not showed up. You have tons of opinions of what you thought you showed up to, or how you showed up, or I should have showed up earlier. But the fact is, you have never showed up. You've always been here. Yeah? Everything we're taking ourselves to be is like a Johnny-come-lately that comes after the fact and then tries to make up a story about the facts. It sort of like gets to the scene of the crime after the scene. There's conscious contact, and then there's the mental process that tells a story about you living. Consciousness is what's in contact here, and there's a contextual, let's say, bubble of awareness about that. So you become aware of being conscious in a way. Yeah? You are the awareness of being conscious. The conscious contact is going on. The mental process comes after the conscious contact and says, I'm the one who saw that. I'm the one who did it. And everyone else will co-sign that. Yeah, you did it. You did it because I did this. It's like when I saw this guy, Uncle Fred, when he was 9. When I was 9, he wasn't 9. When I was 9, he passed away. And I really liked Uncle Fred. And my mother took him to the wake. And she walked me up to the casket. And I looked in. And as soon as I saw that body, I had a very strong hit. That's not Uncle Fred. Yeah. Now, I was misidentifying the life that was moving through that body as the body. Yeah. So I was calling the body Fred, and because I was also identified as Paul as this body, so I was lending this identification to that identification. But when the life was out of that body, it was super clear with no thought that wasn't Uncle Fred. Yeah. Voila. Then who the hell is Uncle Fred? If you take it all back, it just goes all us. They'll get this on the recording. Literally. You take it back, you take it back, you take it back, we all end up at the same freaking place, same no place. That's not defined by body out contours, not defined by this or that. It's like this wall. You believe this wall is real. And if this wall was real, then we took it down, we'd have to fill up the space that it moved away, yeah? Because it's real. So it moved this space over here, and it moved some space over there. There'd be a big fucking void. We'd have to have a giant... All right, we're going to take the wall down. Get that big thing of space. We've measured it. All right, move it right in there as quickly as possible. No, you take the wall down, and it was like it was never here. Exactly. But the space, the emptiness that's allowing this wall to appear is still here. Yeah? Same with us. This body, I could walk out of the room. Did I have to place some... did I have to have a cookie cutter on my little space... the amount of space I have? All right, cut it and put it right as soon as I got up and put it there? No. I'm appearing. This is appearing in space. Yes? We believe that this is where it stops. Yeah? I'm here. I'm in here. I'm not. Has nothing to do with me. I swear. Nothing. It's just me right here. Like if I close my eyes, I just hit the cheekbone. I don't go anywhere. I'm just confined here, and I can almost stick out here and say hello, but you can't get all the way out. So I'm here, and then this. I don't know what's going on, and then there's there. There's there and there and there and there. Woo! Okay. So Craig's there and I'm here. Yeah? Let's just forget all about this. Let's forget about all of this that we're just moving through, that we're breathing through. All of this. Let's forget about it. And let's put where matters mean importance. Here. This. Solid. This is solid, but this, no, airy-fairy, doesn't mean anything. This is all there is. We got it all ass backwards. As a thing, we believe we're the crown of all things, but the crowning of all things happens in no thing. No thing is it. Like a negative can produce tons of positives, but the positive can never produce the negative. Yeah? This is an appearance out of what's not appearing. And millions of appearances are happening all the time. But not one of these appearances can produce the negative of themselves. Nothing cannot experience nothing. Yeah? It's just an appearance in it. So follow it back. Take it back. What's the who am I? The great self-inquiry. Who am I, So what do you feel? You feel the identification as the body. And then the mental state says me. That's who am I? I'm me. All right, then you ask that me. Who is this me? Yeah. And then you usually, sooner or later, you'll run into something, nothing really, silence or whatever. And that's we've just go there. Just let yourself get absorbed there. Yeah? Give up the old ideas. Give up your opinions. Give it up. By realizing you never had them. You're never the one who had them. This whole idea of letting go is based on the idea that you can hold on. I don't believe there's anyone to hold on. So you can bypass the whole adventure of letting go and then holding back on and letting go. You can realize if there's no one to hold on, there's no need to fucking let go. All the glue, all the Velcro is on our side. It's not on things or thoughts. They're not coming here and trying to attach to us. With our attraction and desire and our aversion, we try to repel or we're attracting things all day. Yeah? The glue isn't on their end. The thoughts aren't what's driving you crazy. It's the feeling of being the you that's driving you crazy. The thoughts are just used to facilitate that. Yeah? Yeah. So you hear that sound there, sand. You hear the sound in your body, maybe. Maybe some people don't, but just bring it to your body, and then what's that? And can you get around and see that? So doesn't it feel like you as this and as this are in front of the camera, never to get behind the camera? This is front of the camera. This is being seen. Yeah? But that which is seeing it can't be seen. I can't turn and then look and see it. Because it's looking out from me at all times. No matter how I go, yeah, it's still behind me. I can't go fast enough to get a shot of it because it's what's looking. Right? It's not a thing. It's not, oh, he's right behind me. No. It's just, you're not going to be able to pull around and then get behind the camera. Aha! I saw it. Because it's not a thing. Yes? It's awareness. That's the bottom line. I would say that's our original face. Find rest there. Yeah? Find rest in the giving up of the pursuit of the truth. Find rest in the freedom from the need to be liberated. Find rest in giving up the ghost of attempting to have an experience of what you are. Find rest in all of those failed mechanisms and ideas and noble paths that we want to take, and just fall back into what we've always been. The seeing of every event of this life. Yeah? This is used to facilitate the experiences, but it's not what's experiencing. It reacts to experiences, and this is seeing it, and in a sense is having an experience, but can never be experienced. Yeah? Yeah. Put an end to it all. So now something's going on, I don't take it as a fucking metaphysical condition. It's I haven't had a sandwich or something, I'm hungry. Remember when I first got sober, I'd have a feeling of, oh, Jesus, a universal question is arising. I just needed a bologna sandwich. It had nothing to do with what I thought it had to do with. It was just I was hungry, or angry, lonely, or tired. Just take care of yourself. But we're attributing these giant spiritual pursuits to the body. It's like a Toyota. It's meant to drive around, park places, you know what I mean? Have shit loaded on, you know what I mean? Beep every once in a while. But why put all your eggs in that basket, man? It's not you. Yeah. Oh, where did the Toyota was amphibious, so it went in the water a lot. Oh, I am a surfer. If you become identified as that, what happens if you don't surf? You're going to be in a very, very peculiar position. Well, I am a surfer because I surfed, and I'm not surfing. So that reflection isn't happening. And you see that to the mental state, it was never about the water. It was about who was in the water. It's always about claiming and acquiring and accruing value, like a mental accountant up there, measuring up how you're doing and how this and that. The bottom line is never going to be good for you. It's a fucking crazy accountant. Yeah? You're always going to be seen as lacking. And then therefore this is going to become an urban renewal project, and you'll be constantly enslaved to thinking about it. I could have done that better, you know? It's so insane. When I needed to be observant, when I was out there running around like crazy, I wasn't observant at all. Now that I don't need to be observant, you can be hyper-observant. What was my motive for going to Whole Foods instead of Trader Joe's? Who gives a fuck? I mean, who cares what's going on? I'm not killing people. I'm not ripping people off. I'm not doing this. The spotlight, instead of here, the mind is so powerful, it's going to burn you up. All that light being fixated on you and your situation is going to burn you up. It's too much juice. It's not meant to be focused. It's meant to be dispersed. Yeah? Like this, like wide open. It's like a laser. It's too powerful that way. And with the mental condition calling the shots, it's going to burn you fucking to a crisp. Yeah? But when that gets released, it goes, and now it's like being sprayed with awareness. It's like being sprayed with light. You know, it's like a fine mist of light. Yeah? Instead of any focus, it's just, and you're just walking around, and you feel the better for it. As this action figure, the action figure is it really responds well, not being the center of the universe. It does. It's just says, "True, thank you, thank you that I'm not you anymore," because that was a hard fight. I wasn't measuring up too well. You know what I mean? I'm getting older. So that's it. We saw a movie, Deb and I, and the guy, Michael Keaton, was in it. And he was in almost every frame of the movie, pretty much. And at the end, he blows his... Well, I can't say what happens, but he has... Something happens... let me forget. I'll ruin the movie. So. You see? Something happens and his nose gets damaged. All right.
What's the movie?
Never mind. Batman 1. No. It wasn't Birdman.
Yes,
No. I know. Well, I'm sorry. No more music. It was a really good point. I was going to use. But I don't want to ruin your movie. I'd like to ruin this movie. That I would, but not that movie. It's amazing how much we critique the movies and are totally oblivious that we're in a movie. It blows my mind, you know. It really does. But you know, that should have went right onto DVD. You know, just shouldn't have had any fucking showing whatsoever. There'd be so many of us on DVD, millions of. I thought nope.